Jackie Rohr plus James Ryan equals two pieces of shit. The world is a big place, but bigger than Charlestown. City on a Hill, AfterBuzz TV. Make sure you guys stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV Talk. Now, let's
Hey guys, what's up? Happy Sunday. I am your girl, Nakia Monet. Welcome to the City on the Hill After Show. It's me, Solo Dolo, again, holding it down for Beantown. We are on episode 8. Episode 8 is called High on the Looming Gallows Tree. And guys, we only have 2 episodes left. So City on the Hill, there's only 10 episodes. And it looks like the crew is getting closer to figuring out who killed those 3 guards from Revere Beach. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV. Make sure you guys subscribe, tell your friends, like everything. We're also on YouTube, and we are on SoundCloud and iTunes, and we're also on Spotify now. Thank you. So if you're listening, make sure you guys like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your wife, tell your husband, tell your kids. Come on back. And shout out to the people who left comments. I really do appreciate you guys. Shout out to my Boston people in the place, 718-617. You know who we are. This is episode 8, and this was a really good episode. I really, really loved this episode. Yes, thank you so much. Shout out to my producer Ryan for holding me down in the booth, because now I'm by myself, so it's just like me and him all the time. So let's get started on the show. So this was a really interesting show. Of course, this is episode 8, so there's a lot of answers that are being questioned. A lot of things are coming full circle. On the show, pretty much, finally, they find the 3 bodies of the guards. The armed guards from that heist, from the Revere Beach heist. And all because, you know, Jimmy has been the informant of Jackie Rohr, and he kind of tells all the secrets. And Jackie Rohr tells, you know, the news what happened, but he takes all of the credit, leaving the A-team out, being Decourcey, Rachel, and I forgot the other guy's name. Please don't kill me. But I want to say the A-team because they're all the prosecutor's office, taking all the credit, doing what Jackie does best, and letting them know that they found the bodies. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And because we only have 2 episodes left, I'm really interested to know, like, if this show gets renewed for a 2nd season. Shout out to Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. If you guys are watching, because I know you guys are not, but if you guys are, I'm curious to know what's going to happen in season 2, because, you know, this is a real life story. You know, and when you watch the first episode of this season, it starts with the guy who killed his wife and said that a black man did it when he really didn't. And it starts off something real. So I'm really interested to see how season 2 is going to go. And because we have 2 episodes left, I wonder what's going to happen, if they're going to get Frankie, if they're going to get James, and all that good stuff. So this episode had me on the edge of my seat. I was super, super nervous. I'm like, God, please don't. Like, though you hate these people, you don't want them to get in trouble, because now you're learning their backstory, and now you're empathetic towards them, and now you're knowing who they are. And same thing with Jackie, though he's a psychopath and a pure sociopath, you kind of feel a little bad for him. I'm really excited about this episode because they mentioned my hometown, which is Chelsea, Massachusetts. And that's when Frankie and his team gets together, and they're like, that's a Chelsea thing. And that's why I love City on the Hill, because it's super nostalgic. I feel like I'm back home in the 90s. And they mentioned my hometown, Chelsea, and no one ever mentions Chelsea but me. So everything is going crazy. Frankie's wife, which is Kathy, she's really concerned because now they found the bodies. And because now they found the bodies, Kathy feels like, look, they found the bodies. It's getting closer to us. Someone must be talking in that circle. Who's talking in this circle? Who's riding on us? And I think it's kind of cool to see Kathy kind of involved, because if you watch most episodes and most movies dealing with the mob and stuff like that, the wives are never involved. For instance, Martin Scorsese just put out a new preview for a brand new movie, The Irishman, with Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Al Pacino, and I'm a big Goodfellas fan. And in those type of movies, you see the women are kind of like second nature, like they don't really exist. The wives don't know what the husbands do, but what I love about this show is Kathy, the wife of Frankie, she's full in. She's involved, she knows what's going on, so she confronts her husband like, fam, everyone knows what's going on. The FBI knows, they found the bodies. And all that good stuff. So I love that she's super, super involved in this, but it kind of sucks because she has 3 children. So I'm interested to know what's going to happen with her being a mother or wife, but she's a boss, and I really, really do love Kathy a lot. Let's see, our girl Rachel. So Rachel, if we remember last week, Rachel was trying to figure out, what does Jackie Rohr have to do with everything? We know that Kevin Bacon has done such an amazing job as this character, as Jackie Rohr, because though you hate Jackie, you're kind of empathetic towards him because you see his background a little bit. You see his daughter Benny, you see his wife, his mother-in-law. So you're a little empathetic, but Jackie is such a horrible person because he's done nothing but bad things. So Rachel is trying to figure out what Jackie's role is in everything. Like, supposedly he's working with informants. He took all the credit. So Rachel does something really bold and she goes undercover and she figure out where Jenny's going to be and she follows Jenny and she's trying to get a lot of information on our guy Jackie because she feels like, you know, the reporter Michaela who's been pushed down the stairs and beat up, Rachel feels like Jackie has something to do with that. So she does a really good job kind of fronting towards Jenny, but Jenny being who she is, being the wife of an FBI agent and being a, you know, she's trying to be a teacher. She figures it out automatically. And she's like, get out of my car. I already know who you are. So Rachel's trying, but it's not working. And I do feel bad because I'm like, yo, if Jackie finds out that Rachel and Decourcey are trying to go undercover to figure out what he's doing, it's not going to be a pretty show because we know how Jackie can be. Jackie is a pure psychopath. But shout out to Keven Bacon because he's doing an amazing job. So Decourcey has been doing this thing where he's working with Mr. Sheen, that's Sheik Sheen. And if you guys don't remember, Sheik Sheen is a part of Frankie and James' crew. They're the crew who did the Revere Beach hike, the heist. They're the crew who also killed those 3 men. So he has one guy, and Sheen is not snitching. He's not telling. He's not saying anything. He's like, it is what it is. But unfortunately, Sheen has a wife and he has kids. And baby, let me tell you something. When you do these crimes, and you have a family that's involved and your wife is trying to figure out things on her own, someone's bound to snitch. So Decourcey is just trying to figure out what's the correlation and what ties Sheik Sheen to everybody else. And he's not getting anything out of Sheik, anything out of his lawyer. But Decourcey does what he does best, and he shows up to Tara Sheen's place, who is the wife of Decourcey. I mean, not Decourcey, the wife of Sheik Sheen. And we learned that Frankie and Kathy have been providing them with money because, you know, if you're the head of a mob, if you're the head of a crew, you have to take care of your crew. And that means anything necessary, and that means paying them. So Tara comes to her and says to her, look, I don't want to beg, but I need money because now my husband could be facing 5 years for working for your husband. But Decourcey, being who he is, he comes to Tara, and Tara drops a bombshell. Low-key, she says to Decourcey without saying much, she says, I'm a gambler. And Decourcey at first doesn't understand what she's saying. Decourcey's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, I'm a gambler locally. So that's her low-key saying, I gamble, I'm doing something illegal. Look into the people that I'm working with. And Decourcey does just that because him connecting the dots and connecting the lines, he then finds their father, which is Richard Ryan, who's an old school bookie who's now retired. He is the father of James and Francis, aka our guys, Frankie, the Ryan brother. So it's been all this weird 360 big circle. And of course, we only have 2 episodes left. So you never know. I feel like someone's going to definitely snitch. Jenny Jenny is the wife of Jackie, and we feel for Jenny because Jenny's trying to live her best life. Jenny has the most horrible husband on the planet, being Jackie Raw. Jackie Raw is just a piece of shit, if we're going to be honest here. And you guys let me know in the comments how you feel about Jackie. Like, Keven Bacon has done such an amazing job, and I hope he gets an Emmy for this role because he's just a horrible person. He has been cheating on his wife and having an affair, and he got this girl pregnant, and the girl has been showing up to the house. So Jenny just tries to talk to Jackie and says, like, look, I'm trying to figure things out. You treated me like shit for 20 years, but yet this girl is coming knocking on the door, and now she's pregnant. I need you to figure things out. So I really do feel bad for Jenny because I just feel like she's just trying to be a good wife. And when she shows up, of course, there's a prostitute that come to Jackie's room. Jackie's just gross. Like, he needs to get it together. Siobhan and Decourcey. So Siobhan and Decourcey, it's a power couple. You have 2 lawyers, 2 people trying to get it together, and it looks like Siobhan's parents want Decourcey to run for office, and they don't want him to just run for mayor. They want him to be a senator or governor, and they feel like he's the right person for it. But Decourcey is like, I don't know if this is right for me. And her, you know, Siobhan's parents are like, I think this might be the right thing. So if you guys are in the comments, let me know how you guys feel. If you think Decourcey being the DA, if he should run for office. And we're seeing that now in today's politics where you have someone like Kamala Harris, who was a prosecutor, who now wants to run for president. But because she's a prosecutor, all that is now coming forward. And you know, when you're the prosecutor, you have to put people in jail. That's your job. You're not a defendant, you're a prosecutor. So I'm interested to know if you feel like Decourcey would make a good governor or senator, because he's also a prosecutor and he too has to put certain people in jail. I know a lot of people won't be happy about that, but I feel like Decourcey can do anything. Aldous Hodge, you can do anything. You're fine, AF. Let's see. So Sheik is trying to live his best life. And I will say, as a person who works for the crew, Sheik is doing his very best not to snitch on his crew. And I know that's hard because you have a lot of snitches, a lot of rats, as people would say, but his wife is going through it. Like, they have kids and she's hungry and she needs to pay bills. And Tara, she comes to Kathy and Francis's home and she's like, I need for you guys to help me provide and all that good stuff. So, you know, it's really interesting to find out that Sheik's not snitching and he's holding it down. You in the comments, let me know. I know it's tough to decide, but like, are you guys going to jail for your friend? Like, you're working for someone and they're in the mob and they're killing people, but are you going to spend your life in jail for the rest of your life, away from your kids and all that, just to hold your homie down? I don't know. I don't think I'm built for that, so we shall see. But all because his wife, Tara, said what she said. Frankie goes into investigation and now leads into the Ryan brothers, which is James and Francis. So I thought that was really interesting. Officer Shag is super shady. I don't know about you guys. I cannot stand him. He's super annoying. And Siobhan also can't stand him because of the way he handled things with Reverend Fields. But Officer Shag reveals to Siobhan that him and Decourcey have been working together, which does not work well for the married couple, Siobhan and Decourcey, because Siobhan feels like, babe, though, yes, we should the Reverend Fields, I don't like the way that you did things because you lied to me. Decourcey looks at it like, well, Reverend Fields is a predator. He's been sexually assaulted and sexually harassing women. I did everything right. So they're kind of going through their own ups and downs, which sucks because they're my favorite couple and I love them to death. Frankie wants to do another heist. Why on God's green earth would he want to do another heist? Because now the FBI kind of has him like tailed and it's really scary. And if you guys remember, James has been working with Jackie, who's the FBI. But I think Frankie's getting a little bit nervous because he can't find one of his main man, Tommy Hayes. He doesn't know what's going on. He's like, I need to figure something out. So it looks like he wants to do another heist. He wants to get more money. He tells Kathy, I need to take care of you, the kids, Jamie's family, our family, and he wants to steal more money. So you guys let me know if you guys think that's a really smart idea. I do not think that's a smart idea because if the FBI is looking at you guys, why would you want to do another heist? But Frankie says he wants to do it, but he wants to, what's the word? Like, pin it on another crew. He wants to kind of lie on this next crew and make sure that they go down for everything, which is a little shady AF. I don't like it. As I mentioned before, our guy Jackie tried to take he tried to take the recognition of the bodies being found, and Decourcey kind of calls him out for it. And Jackie tells Decourcey, like, look, you were supposed to be on my side, and because you're not now on my side, I now have to do everything on my own. And we know Jackie's super shady. So, and when I get to predictions later, I'll like talk about it, but I wonder what's going to happen in season 2. Like, are they going to figure things out? Are they going to figure out that Jakey, okay. Are they going to figure out that Jackie is a crooked cop? Because he's not only a cop, he's an FBI officer. So that's going to be really interesting. The premise of this show, pretty much, Jamie, aka James Ryan, has been snitching on his own brother because he's in love with his baby mother, Corey. He wants to be with Corey. He loves his 2 daughters. He wants to do everything for Corey. And that's why he's snitching on his brother, Frankie. But come to find out, Corey is engaged to a different man. So my thought is all this for a reason. So not only did Jamie snitch on his own brother and he's an informant to Jackie, he's been snitching on the whole crew, all because he wanted to get back with Corey and those kids. But Corey says, sorry, bro, I'm engaged. I got a new man. And Jamie thinks about it and he says to himself, like, wow, I really effed up. This is really bad. I snitched on my own brother. That's like a New Jack City thing. Is my brother my own keeper? Like, who snitches on their own brother? But he does it. And it's not a pretty sight when he finds out that Corey is engaged to a new man. Clay Roach. So Jackie finds out that Clay, aka Macaulay Culkin's little brother, I forgot his name, but he finds out that Clay Roach is the main reason why his beautiful daughter, Benny, you know, she was raped, she was assaulted, she was beat, she was bruised, and Clay Roach was the reason behind it. So Jackie asked him, are you doing this because of me? And he said, absolutely yes. And he shoots him right in the effing head. And I think that might be a problem because now Rachel is looking into Jackie and she just went to Clay Roach's house. So I'm really interested to see what's going to happen with Jackie, Raw and Rachel, because he had killed Clay Roach. But I understand, and I want you guys to let me know, if you're a father or a mother and your daughter has been... shout out Rory Karen. Thank you so much. My producer, Ryan. If you're a mother or father or a parent and your daughter or son has been abused, beat, raped, battered, and you fear for everything, and the guy in front of you is telling you, I did it, and he says really explicit things, you might not be able to hold it, you know, yourself together. So Jackie shoots him in the face. And I think that he may get caught because Rachel has been doing super undercover. But now Jimmy is nervous. Jimmy is super nervous because he does not know what's going to happen because he's been snitching this whole time. He's been working with Jackie all because he thought he was going to live happily ever after with Corey, but looks like Corey has a new man. So I'm interested to see what Jimmy is going to do because who snitches on their blood brothers and their whole family? And can Nikki's name get brought up again? And I feel like we're going to figure out, hopefully in the next 2 episodes, what happened to Kaniki because we see little Kit. She's having horrible nightmares about that. Let's see what we got here on this episode. A lot of things happened this episode. Like, this was one episode where, because we have 2 episodes left, everyone's pretty much getting in trouble. Decourcey got in trouble by Siobhan because she found out that he was working with Officer Shag, trying to take down Reverend Fields. Frankie and Jimmy want to do another heist with the same original crew, but Kathy doesn't think that's a good idea because now the FBI found these bodies in the Mystic River, and she's like, bruh, I know you want more money, but right now is not a good time. Frankie's like, it is what it is. The A team, Rachel, Decourcey, and the other team, they're now following Jimmy, so now they understand what's happening, and they're just waiting. But the A team also listened to Jackie meeting up with Jimmy, so I'm interested to know if they're going to take Jackie's ass down because Jackie's super shady, and I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. He is super shady. A few important names that came out was Tommy Hayes, the Revere Beach Heist, Jackie Rohr and James Ryan, Richard Ryan, which is the guy's father, and we've seen their dad at the hospital with their mother, the Ryan brothers, James and Francis. And Clay Roach is now dead, Frankie's boys, and the mentioning of Chelsea. So this is a pretty good episode. We only have 2 episodes left. A lot has happened in episode 8. Decourcey is not playing any games, but it looks like it's the A team is trying to figure out who killed these 3 guards, but they're also trying to figure out why Jackie Raw is doing what he's doing, if he's a bad guy like it said he is. And Jackie Raw is a murderer, and we see it plain and simple. So shout out to Kevin Bacon and playing the role that he played. I really enjoyed this episode. Like, I like City on the Hill and I like the show a lot, but this episode had me gasping for air because I was shocked when Jimmy found out that Corey was engaged and that he wasn't going to marry her. I was shocked when Jackie found out that Clay Roach was the guy who raped Bernadette. I was shocked when I thought that Benny and Jenny were going to get back together. Like, everything had me on the edge of my seat and I was going crazy and I was like, oh my God. So I feel like episode 8's a really good episode. So you guys let me know what you think and what you feel about this episode. I really loved it a lot. And next week is going to be episode 9 before episode 10, which is the season finale. So I loved it. So let's get into our special segment. This is our Boston segment. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you. This is our best of the best. So since I've been on this show and I've been doing it solo dolo, I've been kind of doing the best of Boston, the worst of Boston. I'm a Chelsea girl and they mentioned Chelsea and you guys know how much I love 617 Chelsea. So this segment is called the best of Boston neighborhoods. Now, this is not what I think are the best neighborhoods. You guys can totally disagree with this because I don't see my neighborhood on here, so I disagree. So if you are in the comments, please let me know what neighborhood do you think is the best of Boston. Again, this is not my thoughts. This is BostonMagazine.com thoughts. So it says the best neighborhoods in Boston are Brookline Village. Shout out to Brookline. Central Square. Shout out to Central Square. I take the red line there. Charlestown, which is amazing because City on the Hill, the Ryan brothers, they live in Charlestown. Dorchester, I love Dorchester. Grew up in Dorchester, one of my favorite places. Fenway Park, that's where all the great colleges are, all the great doctors are, and all the great restaurants. The North End, that's kind of Little Italy. Shout out to the North End and Haymarket. Well, let me say it as a Boston person. Haymarket. I should speak in my Boston accent. Shout out to Haymarket. Roslindale, shout out to Roslindale, right next to JP. The Seaport, which, Boston is becoming gentrified. So now the Seaport is a little lit than ever. Southie, a.k.a. South Boston. Now, I'm not a big fan of South Boston because I'm black. And if you're black or anyone black and brown in Boston, South Boston used to be really racist. And of us of color, we couldn't go into Southie because they used to throw rocks at us and all that stuff, but it is super gentrified. They do have really cute bars and rooftops in South Boston, so please go and check it out. I was there. No one bothered me, so make sure you guys check that out. And the one and only Union Square, shout out to Cambridge in the building. So according to Boston magazines, those are our favorite neighborhoods. I think I'm going to tell you my favorite neighborhoods. Chelsea, where I'm from. Everett, where I went to high school. Yes. Roxbury, where the boy of my dreams lives. Mattapan, where my dad lives. And Cambridge, Massachusetts. Those are my favorite neighborhoods in Boston, Mass. Let's get into predictions of City on a Hill.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Yes. So we are in episode 8. Episode 9, episode 10 is coming up. I'm curious. I can't really predict much because if you guys know the history of this is a true story. Episode 1 started off with the true story of the man who killed his wife, and he blamed the black guys from Roxbury who did it, and then we do this whole 360 story. So this is all true. I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm really nervous. I pray that I want them to take down Jackie, but then I'm like, I love Jackie so much. What are we going to have for season 2? Will there be a season 2, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck? You know what I'm saying? Like, because if they take down Jackie and they take down the Ryan brothers, what is there to look forward to in season 2 unless Decourcey and his team gets a different case? So I'm going to predict that we're not going to get the Ryan brothers, but I do think that Jackie Raw is going to be taken down. Kevin Bacon has done such an amazing job. His wife, Kara Sedgwick, she directed the episode last week, so I can't wait for that. But baby, we got 2 more episodes left, guys. And you guys let me know if you guys think that Jackie's going to be taken down, and you let me know if the Ryan brothers are going to be taken down. Guys, again, I'm Solo Dolo. I appreciate you guys for sticking it out with me. It's kind of hard doing it by yourself, but I do appreciate it. I'm the only child, so I should be used to this because I've talked to myself a lot as a kid. You guys can find me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom. Make sure you guys come back next Sunday for episode 9. Koi will be back on episode 9 and 10, and we're going to break down everything Boston, everything City on the Hill, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. Bye!
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.